Hey friends, welcome to class. I'm so glad you made time for your practice today. Today I am bringing you another slower vinyasa. I made a couple of these recently and a few of you told me you really loved this style and it was just what you needed and you wanted more of it. And you know what? I love this style too. Because a slower vinyasa, right? It's not quite the super slow, mellow flow. And it's also not quite the really fiery, fast vinyasa. It's like this really beautiful place between those worlds where some special things can happen, right? So it being slower in pace means we have more time and space to explore what we need no matter our level. So A, I have time to give you more options. B, you have more time to feel into what your body's needing and time to try multiple things. And C, you have time to explore things I'm not offering that maybe just sound good to you. With more time and space, we simply have more room to explore what the practice can do for us and how we can engage in it. And it allows us to have a sense of curiosity, which I think can be really great. But we also still get this sense of a little bit of simmer. We're still going to build some heat, right? Slower doesn't always mean easy, but it does mean hopefully accessible. So we start to learn through our practice that easy and accessible don't always mean the same thing. And it's truly all levels today. So there's going to be something for you, whether you're a little bit newer to yoga or if you're quite advanced and you're seeking more challenge. Again, with more time in each pose, you have time to explore your advanced variations. And in the poses today, there will be options to do that without any requirement to do so. And in these classes that are very all levels in this way, where we have this time and space, it's so important that you just don't worry about what I might be demonstrating. Let's say I'm giving an option to those who are seeking more challenge today. Do not worry. Your practice is perfect if you never take those options. Okay? Really, it's good. Okay. So that being said, in our slower vinyasa today, we are going to be focusing on, well, focus. We've talked about focus in a class or two in the past here on the membership, but you know, these yogic concepts are so great because they've been studied for thousands of years for a good reason, because they're resonant, right? And they come back through like the cyclical nature almost. And this idea of Dharana, or this one-pointed focus, kind of came to me today. I was in my morning meditation, and some of you know I've had a really busy summer. It's been very full. Maybe you're in a really busy season of life too. And maybe you've been feeling like not super clear in the head, or maybe you've been feeling a little scatterbrained or distractible or like messy in the mental space. I know I had been for quite some time this summer, if I'm being honest, just a bit ungrounded. But I was coming to my meditation this morning and finally, oh my gosh, finally, for the first time in like, I don't even know how long, it felt like I touched this feeling of clarity. There was something clear that came through in my mind and my heart, and it just felt good. And I realized it was due to this practice of coming back to learning how to focus on one thing at a time. And this is what Dharana really is. It's this idea of one pointed concentration, which is not natural for a lot of us, honestly. Like in a world that is constantly trying to distract you and pull your attention in a million directions, it's so hard to focus. And it can be really frustrating for us. It can be really hard to accomplish what we want to accomplish. It can be hard to just focus on the present moment and feel good with loved ones. Like this can really impact our life. And it's a shame because, you know, in my experience, the way to find focus, it's so simple. It's practicing focusing. And everybody wants a quick fix, something really easy, but the reality is learning how to do these hard things is hard. And I had to spend weeks trying to practice focusing in my meditation. And I had so many crummy meditations this last month where it just wasn't happening. I had to kind of go through the muck and the mud and the challenge and kind of frustration and lack of clarity to eventually emerge through and be like, oh, like this morning I was able to focus on my breath and it felt amazing. Like it did the first time I did it years ago, right? So I give you this long share today just to hopefully remind you and comfort you that if you're in a place where it feels really hard to focus or be present, or you're feeling unclear, it can get better with practice. And today we're going to practice just that. We're going to cultivate a sense of dharana, a sense of focusing on just what we're doing, what is right in front of us, as a way to find clarity and more ease in our life. So we'll be starting with very short breath work before we get into our slower vinyasa. You might want 2 blocks for practice. Knee padding is optional, will only be on the knees a handful of times. So please join me in your comfortable seat when you're ready. You could always sit up on a block if that feels better for you. Any kind of seat that helps you feel tall but not too rigid. And if it feels okay, please close your eyes. Before you get too strict or rigid, just take a soft breath in through your nose. Let it out your mouth. Do it again. Now breathe in through your nose again. And as you exhale, feel the contact your seat is making with the earth or the prop beneath you. For the next couple of breaths, just feel the contact between your body and the earth. Cultivate focus on this physical sensation. And from this earthy, grounded seat, with your next inhale, try to shine a little brighter through your chest. And as you exhale, stay connected to the earth. Keep this simultaneous lightness and groundedness as you start to find the breathing rhythm that feels right for your practice. It could be nasal breathing. It could always come out the mouth if it needs. It could be ujjayi, where you have a slight hug in the back of your throat and a bit of a fiery simmering begin inside. Whatever it is, start to laser your focus in on the way your breath sounds. When your mind wanders through practice, because it will, come back, keep coming back to the sound your breath makes inside of your body. This will be your anchor today. Keep this with you as you gently open your eyes, let a little bit of light in, and we'll begin pose practice, taking a simple deep breath in to reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, twist one way, doesn't matter which way, keep it gentle, very gentle. Whatever hand is touching your thigh, if you're pushing really hard on the hand, soften that. Lift your chest and your crown higher, take a deep breath in. Exhale, empty your belly. Next inhale, reach your arms up to center again. Next exhale, go the other way with your twist. Remember, keep it soft. 3 breaths here. Inhale, reach your arms up at center. Exhale, cactus your elbows. And then bring your hands down. Take a few wrist rolls one way, other way. And then bring your fingers together to interlace and make a weird little swirl in both directions. And then open and close your hands a bit, just warming up the fingers and the hands a little. And then you'll meet me in tabletop pose when you're ready. So come on to hands and knees. And this is the point of practice where I would encourage you to just put your blocks at the top of the mat, set up everything you need. Spread your fingers wide. Your shoulders should be somewhere around over your wrists. And we're gonna just take a simple few rounds of cow and cat, a simple warm up before a different flow. We're gonna inhale to roll the heart open in cow pose. Now, even if you're experienced in yoga, a lot of people are doing this, sticking their butt up really high. Let's try not to do that. Let's try to lengthen the low back instead and reach the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine, cat pose. Inhale, reach the heart open, cow. Exhale, round for cat. One more time. Meeting me in a neutral spine. We're going to tuck our toes and find our way to downward facing dog. So push through your hands, bring your hips up nice and high. Now you'll notice my knees are very bent to start. This is on purpose. I want you to focus in your downward dog of making your hips the crescendo of the pose. Forget about straight legs for now. Think about a long spine. Because I see a lot of people, if you're newer to yoga, you might want to see me. I see people do this, rounding their back a lot to bring their legs straight. We could do a lot more by just bending the knees and lifting the heels and really making the spine long. And from this place, letting the time that needs to happen to find more length in the legs by maybe straightening one at a time, pedaling it out. But you notice here as I pedal it out, my spine stays very long. Now, if in your body it is possible to keep the spine long and have straight legs, go for it. Be here for 2 more breaths. And then bring your knees down to the earth for just a moment. Maybe come sit on your heels. Just take a few grounding breaths here. Back to the sound your breath makes. Now we're about to have a little flow. It's like still kind of the warm up really, but we're going to be going from downward dog to pick up a leg and step the foot through. And for some of us, that's going to be fine to do from the ground. But for many of us, it's going to be much better to have our hands on our blocks. And the rest of the main flow, we're not going to be entering from here. We'll be entering from the top of the mat. So you won't be having to have your hands on blocks a bunch if you're entering this way, okay? So you're going to slowly Come into your version of downward facing dog. And if your hands are on the blocks, it just gives you more space to step the foot through once we get there. Inhale, reach your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step your right foot between your hands and bring your left knee down. Just trying to get the legs open here. Your hands could stay on blocks or whatever you prefer. Knowing that we're just warming up, I'm going to be generous. And come back to this practice of focusing on the sound of my breath. Push through your right heel. Get softer through your shoulders. One more breath here. Now we're going to come to half split. So we're going to keep the right leg engaged as we go straight-ish through the right leg, hinging the hips back in space. Re-bend the right knee. Hands can stay on blocks or the earth as you step back to downward facing dog. Simply going to come to the other side. Inhale to reach your left leg up to the sky. Exhale to step your left foot forward. Bring your right knee down. Preparing for low lunge. Again, keep your legs active. So dig through your left heel. But keep your heart nice and light and find your breath here. You might notice on the screen like some light spots keep coming and going. I have a disco ball I've been playing with in the room, so I'm curious to see if it lights back up as the sun comes back or not. I'm still getting to know the light in this room, so that's interesting. We'll see how it goes. Eventually we'll start to go straight-ish through the left leg for half split. And I didn't show this on the other side, but I've shown this in other classes. If even having your blocks at the high setting here, this pose doesn't feel super accessible, guess what you can do? You can stack your blocks. If you have the more normal size blocks, this is a bit more steady than it is with mine, but you could stack them anyway to make it taller. You could even hold onto a wall or a chair and get really tall. Now this is feeling like really mellow, slow flow. It's just because we're warming up. It's about to be more like that slower vinyasa pace. All right, let's re-bend the left knee. You're gonna step back to downward facing dog as you're ready. From downward facing, with your next inhale, come forward to a plank pose. Strong belly. As you exhale, lower your knees, your chest, your chin. Inhale to cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, bring your hips back to downward facing dog. Shaking out your head. Taking 2 focused breaths. Inhale, look forward, and exhale to walk or jump to the top of the mat. Come to forward fold, Uttanasana. Stay here for 2 breaths. You can always bend your knees, just like in downward dog. Use your next inhale to slowly come up to standing. And we're going to prepare for the more full flow I have planned. So we're going to inhale to reach your arms up to the sky and interlace your fingers together. Push through your feet and side bend over to one side. It doesn't matter which side because we're going to do both. Take a full breath cycle here. Reach up and go the other way for a full breath. Inhale, reach your arms up. Here comes a little bit of heat. You're going to bend your knees. Reach down and then back up again for Utkatasana, fierce pose. Now, when we're staying in poses for a few breaths each, sometimes that's going to feel like a nice treat. And sometimes it's going to feel like some work. Here is a working moment. Push through your heels, sink your hips deeper. Take a deep breath in here. Keep the legs the same, but as you exhale, reach the right arm back and reach your chest towards the right for a twist in fierce pose. I'm a big believer in this pose. I know it stinks. We got 2 more breaths here. Now you're going to push through your left foot to pick up your right foot. Your left leg should be on fire. Slowly step your right leg back. And then pivot on that right foot so you're facing the wide edge of your mat with goddess legs. Okay, legs should be burning. It's okay. I'm trying to get them strong because we're going to be stretching the hamstrings quite a lot. Reach your arms up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands to your thighs. Dip your left shoulder, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip your right shoulder, twist to the left. Inhale, center, point your toes forward, straighten your legs. Maybe make them a little wider as you reach your arms to the sky. Now as we exhale, you might start with hands on hips this time as we hinge from the hips, a soft bend in the knees. We're gonna come down to wide angle fold. Again, same thing with down dog. I don't wanna see you lock your knees and round your spine. Unlock your knees, bring your hips higher as you slowly bring your hands to blocks or earth or wherever they need to go. Let your head just hang here. Now, if you're one of those people that your head hits the ground too easily, bring your feet closer together. So you can find that same action of pushing through your feet to bring your hips up and let your head relax for 3 more breaths. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Now there's lots of ways we can exit this. I'm going to show a different way this time and next time. This time I'm going to show you, you can just take your hands and just crawl up your legs. Amazing. Reach your arms up, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to spin on the ball of the left foot and the right foot. So we're facing the front of the mat again in high lunge. Left leg is leading though. Reach your arms up to the sky. Stay here for 2 breaths. Now I really want you to find some serious engagement in your legs. Lengthen your low back. If you're reaching up, shoulders away from the ears. After those 2 breaths, we're going to bring our hands to blocks or earth. I would encourage blocks this early in practice, but you do you. As you pick up your right foot, and we're going to play with standing split today. So this first one, it's probably going to look more like a warrior 3. That's totally fine. Your blocks could be on the highest setting. I would encourage that. Now, whether or not you're experienced in this pose, wherever you are, it really doesn't matter. What I want you to do is take your left thumb off your block, bring it to your left hip crease and push it back. Now with that, that'll help you square your right hip towards the earth a little bit more. So if your hips are really way open, it'll kind of help correct that a little bit. You can return your left hand to the block if you need support for 1 more breath. We're going to step the right foot back, bring the right knee down, preparing for low lunge. Come here, Dante. I wonder how, yeah, you totally can hear him, right, through the microphone. Come here, Dante. We're gonna be here for a few breaths anyway. Dante. Dante. How long will it take him to join us? Come here, baby. Yep. Hey. Come here, dramatic. Do you want to come? Uh-huh. Yes. Come be the star. Come. Okay, I'm about to pull you closer. So in your low lunge, stay there. I'm just going to pull Dante in so he doesn't get so upset that I'm ignoring him. Hi. Yes, you can be part of it. Oh, yes, you can be a part of it. In your low lunge, I want you to find a lot of engagement. Hug your left hip back in space. And then we're going to play with a little bit of back bending here. So that can just mean hands on blocks, chest rolls up, everything's good. Or it can mean reaching your arms up or even cactusing your elbows. Releasing whatever back bend you had. Bring your hands to blocks or earth. I'll show it with blocks this time. We're gonna bring, this transition's a little tricky, okay? So especially if you're in a bigger body to celebrate, it might be like you have the blocks more like here, no problem. We're going to bring this left foot back like this, okay? You get there however you need to get there. We're here in like a preparation for a one-legged bow, but we're not doing bow right now. Push that foot up, open your heart. Take a deep breath here. Now we're gonna tuck your right toes if they aren't already. Push into your hands, pick up your right knee, and then keep your left leg exactly how it is as you come to this one-legged dog variation where you have your left knee bent and your heart opening. I wonder, Dante has his belly up. I think you probably can only see his little tail and feet maybe. Hi, buddy. Come here. Oh. We're gonna take 2 breaths just like this. Step your left foot down. Whew. See, slow doesn't mean easy. With your next inhale, you'll come to a plank pose. And as you exhale, you're gonna come all the way to your belly. Hi, buddy. On your belly. We're gonna start in cobra this round. Reach your legs back. Push the tops of your feet into the ground and reach your heart forward. So notice I'm not doing this, right? Low, long. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Squeeze your elbows back. Float your hands. Take a full breath here. Bring your hips back to child's pose or downward facing dog. We're gonna be here for 3 breaths. It's also a good chance to get some water if you need it. Come back to a point of focus on the sound your breath makes. Even if you have distractions like my kitty playing with the disco ball. When you feel steady and back in your breath, please meet me in downward facing dog. We'll do all that on the other side. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to step to the top of the mat. And take a forward fold for 3 breaths. Nope. After those 3 breaths, you'll inhale to slowly come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up, interlace your fingers. And exhale, side bend to one side. Take a full breath here. Come to center and go the other way for a full breath. Reach up, bend your knees to kind of reach down, just to reach forward again for Utkatasana, fierce pose. Again, we're gonna work here a bit. The good news is we're only doing the flow one time on each side today. If you're like focusing a lot on the struggle, that's okay. But maybe try to focus more on your breath instead. Next, exhale, bring your left arm back. So you're twisting towards the left. Push into your right foot to pick up your left foot. And see how slow you can step this leg back, pivot the left heel down, come to goddess legs. I'm just gonna turn around so you can see me. Then reach your arms up, take a deep breath in. I wish you could see my cat right now, he's being hilarious. Exhale, twist one way. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, center. Point your toes forward, reach your arms up, 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 up. Exhale, wide angle fold. Now, we have lots of options here. We could take whatever we did last time, or if your body is wanting a little bit more, you could bring your peace fingers to your big toes. That's one option. I'm going to give a few more because we're here for at least 5 breaths. Another option is to keep your hands on the ground, but actively push into the heels of your hands forward to bring your hips higher and get a deeper stretch in your hamstrings. Another option is sliding your hands under your feet for Padahastasana form, so that the palms are face up. And from here, we've got about 3 more sounding breaths, so take what's good for you. You know, it's kind of perfect that Dante came to distract us, because Dharana, this idea of one-pointed focus, it requires us to come back again and again, and distraction is actually really good practice. So thank you, Dante. After those breaths, you'll slowly remove your hands if they were under your feet. Now, just like last time, you could just crawl up the legs, but if you want more challenge, dig through your feet, reach your arms forward, push through the strength of your legs to stand all the way up. We're going to face the right foot now in high lunge, facing front of the room. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So, again, shoulders away from the ears, strong legs, pick up your back thigh a little bit. Breathe. After those couple of breaths, hands come to blocks or earth for standing split practice. And it's okay if it looks more like warrior 3 like this. Or maybe you go a bit deeper, this leg goes up, but maybe, oops, that makes you open your hip. For a lot of us, it does. Take your right hand off your block, bring your right thumb to your right hip crease and push your right hip back, which helps you square your left hip down. Keep that as you dig through the left heel higher. You can get a really deep, fiery Ujjayi breath here. Hand could come back to block if you need. One more breath. We'll step the left foot back. We'll bring the left knee down, preparing for low lunge again. So again, we're just going to take a few breaths, kind of setting up the pose. Strong legs, earthy legs. A light heart space. Maybe finding a bit of back bend once we feel set up and established and all of that. So you could reach the arms up for that. You could just keep your hands down and reach your heart up. You could cactus your elbows. Now we have that weird transition where we're going to swing the right leg back in that tabletop pose. So I showed it before with blocks. I'm going to show it this time without blocks for those who prefer that. Keep your back toes tucked. We're going to bring this right leg under Push the heel up. Squeeze the right glute. Roll the chest open. Now we have these left toes tucked so we can push into them, pick up the left knee, and come into this form of one-legged dog. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. We're really pushing through the right leg and we're mounting the heart. Step the right foot down. Inhale, come to a plank pose. Exhale, lower to your belly. We're going to be here a little longer this time, exploring some different back bend shapes. So, drag your feet back. Push the tops of the feet down so much that your knees pop off the ground. I'm going to give you a few options. None are better or worse. They're just different. Option 1 is Cobra, Bhujangasana. We've been doing this one already. Option 2 is Makarasana, crocodile pose, where you take your hands, interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head, and then reach the heart up, squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Honestly, a pretty strong back bend, not easy. Last option is reaching your arms back and grabbing your ankles for Dhanurasana bow pose. I really don't think one is better or worse. Bow looks a little more flashy, but I would argue Makarasana is harder. Next, exhale, rest your head on your hands and wiggle your tail. And we're going to do 2 more rounds of back bends because I believe in rounds of 3. So if you don't like the belly down feeling, you could always flip over and take a bridge instead, or like a camel pose on your shins. There's always options for you, really, okay? But we have the choice here to either do Cobra, Crocodile, or Bow. Now, if you're going for Bow, I'll give some more cueing for this one this time. It can be helpful to flex the ankles just for the sake of not slipping. Roll your shoulders back. It's a pushing back through the legs that peels the heart open. Some of us have the legs really wide. Please try to avoid that. Hug the legs into center. Here for 3 breaths. Slowly release and rest. Hands frame your chest. Bring your hips back and up to downward dog. And we're going to inhale to look forward. We're going to exhale to step or jump or float. Get to the top of the mat any way you want to. And fold forward. Let your head hang completely. With your next inhale, simply come to standing. Okay, so we're not going to do the whole flow again, like I said, but I want to play with a couple isolated poses from the flow. That's going to be a standing split and a one-legged bow. So, in standing split, again, you can use the blocks. I just want to give something for everyone, okay? So I showed you with the blocks what that looks like. We'll set them up so they're ready as an option. Step the left leg back. We're just going to enter like this, okay? Bring your hands to blocks if that's what you're doing, or earth or whatever, and bring your left leg up, okay? Go as deep as you like. If you're going to go without blocks, you're going to push through the right leg, hinge. Hands might come to the ground. Again, try to square your hips a bit. It's really about effort in this one in the legs. So push your feet in opposite directions and use your breath. If you're in a bigger body to celebrate, it'll help to bring your hands more forward on the block so your body has more space to be breathed open, yeah? And even if you have that variation, you can still get that leg pretty high, honestly. But if your hands are on the ground and you're in pretty deep, if you want one more challenging option, bring your right hand to your calf. And then maybe your left hand joins the party, but maybe that's where you fall. One more breath. Release this. Step your left foot forward. Stand up and take a break between sides. That's a hard pose. I've been neglecting it for a while, so I'm feeling that. Also, it's very hot in my attic. It's very hot up here. I'm sweating. Okay. So remember, we're going slow because you have options. You can go anywhere you want to go here, okay? But I'm going to get us straight into that deeper option for those who want it. So grab your blocks if you want them. I've given lots of choices by now. Step your right foot back. Push through your left foot to lift your right leg. Maybe start with hands on a surface. Try to square your hips as you bring your right leg higher. Doesn't matter how high. It does matter that you have strength in your legs so you're not locking out your knees and that you're breathing and you're focusing on the sound of your breath. If balance is tricky, find a dot to focus your vision on. Stay here or grab onto your left calf with your left arm. Maybe right hand joins the party, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're falling like me. That's okay. One more breath. Step it down, step it forward. Chill out for a moment. I like to sway a bit between sides. But I find for me, especially when I'm in periods of feeling not super clear or like fuzzy in the mind or scatterbrained, doing these harder poses, it's one of the quickest ways to find clarity and focus again. So I hope you're feeling that too. Okay, we're going to be coming back to the tabletop version of one-legged bow, Ekapada Dhanurasana. If you don't like being on your knees, you could always practice dancer pose instead, okay? You could even do that with your hand on a wall, no problem. But I'm just going to come to tabletop. You can get there any way you want to. From tabletop pose, again, I'm going to do tucked toes so we can try that transition one more time to that downward dog with the heart melting. So pick up your left foot, push your left heel up, 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 up. Open your heart forward. Step by step. Right hand might leave the earth and come to your heart. You might stay here. Or you might reach the right arm back. It doesn't matter if you grab that foot. This is plenty. Really, I'm not just saying that. Or maybe you do grab the foot. Roll your shoulder back, just like in the belly down form of bow pose. It's all about that leg. Push back through the left leg to reach your heart open. Slowly bring your right hand down. Keep your left foot up. Pick up your right knee. And as you push your right leg towards straight-ish, push through your hands, try to melt your heart and reach your left leg maybe a little more forward. Step the left foot down, downward facing dog. One full breath. Knees back to earth for the other side. Reach your right foot up. Push your right heel up, 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 up. Roll your heart open. Stay here or left hand to heart. Stay here or left hand reaches back in space. Or finds foot. Shoulders roll back. Strong right leg goes back. Heart peels open. Ekapada Dhanurasana. Release this hand to the earth. Pick up your left knee. Melt your heart in this one-legged dog. Focus on your breath and on your body. Bring your right foot down. Bring your knees down. Take either a child's pose or a seat. Come back to your breath. And maybe you notice that after some physical exertion and pose practice, maybe you notice it's a little easier to focus on your breath than it was when you first sat down. Maybe you also feel a bit of that clarity, a bit of a parting of the clouds of the fog of the mind. If your eyes are open, maybe bring them to close or find a soft gaze point and stay in this clarity and slow down your breathing. I find often when the mind is scattered, it's harder to see the good. So in this clarity, open your mind's eye. What is something good that you can now see clearly? Cherish that for the next minute or so in your breath. When you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Notice if you feel like more clear in your vision and you can see more beauty around you. Just in the way the light is hitting. Or in a sweet sleeping kitty on the ground next to you. Or in the sweat on your skin, even it shines. And please join me in a seat with your legs in front of you for a couple of finishing poses. Now you can scoot your butt cheeks out of the way a bit. You can always sit up on some height if you need. We're going to be taking a forward fold. A couple choices. You could take it a bit more traditionally with the legs more straight, or you could bend the knees and just hug your arms underneath you. It could feel really good on the spine. 3 slow, deep breaths here. After your 3 breaths, you can slowly come out of this. And now I want to give you the chance to do an inversion, and don't let that scare you. I don't mean pop into a handstand press, okay? An inversion can mean so many things. An inversion can mean downward dog. It can mean forward fold. It can mean plow pose. It can mean headstand if you can do it in a steady and grounded way, okay? It can mean happy baby, which is the one I'm gonna do. So, but for those of you who are thirsty for something a little more, you have the chance to do it now. I'm gonna lay on my back. And I'm going to grab, not even my feet, I want it to be more chill than that. I'm gonna grab my shins. And just flip my perspective so I'm looking at the ceiling rather than the ground. Yes, this is an inversion. Could either be still within a happy baby or sway. Please no looking side to side if you're in plow pose. I'll take 3 slow breaths. And slowly come out of whatever inversion you were in. Bring your knees together and make tiny little circles in one direction. And in the other direction. And let your knees go to one side for one breath in a sloppy twist. Other way. To center. One more hug. And please find your way to Shavasana. Give yourself permission to get radically comfortable. Soften everything you possibly can. Surrender your efforts completely with this next exhale. Let your body be held. And I'll let you know when it's time to rise again. If you have more time, please stay resting for a few more minutes. But if you need to start rousing, or if your tummy is grumbling like mine for food, you can start to gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. And let your awakening be slow, so you can feel this ease and clarity in your spirit. Keep it with you. Eventually rolling over, pressing yourself up to one more seat to close practice. And we'll let Dante join. What a good boy. In your seat, you can decide if your hands are in your lap or on your body or at your heart. Oh my gosh. Can you hear him purring? Amazing. With your eyes closed, take a moment to feel inside. Notice what your practice has gifted you. Does your mind feel less scattered? Do you feel more clear to see the good? Maybe even a little bit of joy. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Even though it was slow, it was not an easy practice. Eat well, drink water, be kind. I'll see you soon with another class. Om Shanti. Peace.